Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I have another offering of a very budget conscious pen for you guys, and it's a Jinhao and it's a monster of a pen. So anyway, let's go check it out and switch a shot. Alright, I have the pen right here, which is a giant of a pen, and the packaging it came in was basically just a plastic like Ziploc sleeve baggie. And there was a lot of bubble wrap around it, which I guess protects the pen more, but this seemed a little flimsy. To be fair, this pen was not that expensive. I believe you can get it around like $12 to $15. So not too bad, but also very, very minimal packaging. I do prefer it over the giant coffins, if I'm honest. Anyway, this is the Jinhao 9019, and it's right there on the cap band, and it's like the Dadao. I'm not great with names, but that is the name on this pen and of this pen. It has a clip that has this nice ball at the end. It really reminds me of a pilot clip. So that's a pilot clip, and that's the Jinhao clip. But I don't know if this is like a copy of any specific pen. It might be sort of reminiscent of Sailors that look similar to this. But all in all, I don't know. It's a giant offering by Jinhao. Clip is fairly stiff. It's usable, but I don't love it. It feels like it might crack here if you push this out too much. There's these little notches at the end of it. I don't really know what purpose they serve. They might be because they want to keep the converter in place. And then at the top here, there is probably a screw in there. And the thing, or nut or bolt, whatever. The thing with Jinhaos, and I've seen this before, is that because they keep that in there and sometimes moisture or ink gets trapped in there, they rust. Now this one, they made very, very fitting. This pen, I don't know if it will focus on that, but it's a gold colored nut thing. I don't know. I am not into hardware, so I don't know. Cap is clear, body's completely clear. The grip is sort of clear, but there's a feed collar that is not clear, so you will not be able to see the feed in the grip. There's a converter in here, and it's a really big converter. And it's a nice looking converter, actually. I don't mind it. It looks really big. It does remind me of the King of Pen converter a little bit, but I think the ink capacity on this is way bigger. And it's nice that they matched up the hardware color everywhere. That's really satisfying. The nib is a two-tone, and this is a medium. Let me see if I can focus on that properly. It's a medium. I have to say, I didn't really think it was a medium when I wrote with it, but I'm going to show you that in a second, of course. Now, I want to grab a pen for you guys to give you a bit of a size comparison. And I have like a cup of pens here, so let me see. TWSBI Eco is a good, like, comparison tool. So I don't know why. It never looks as big as it actually is on screen. Let me zoom out a little bit. But this is actually, it is a chonker. Lengthwise, it might not look very big, and it is only a little bit bigger than the TWSBI, but there's a significant difference in the width of this pen. And I hope this shows you how much bigger this grip is. It is a giant, giant grip. Now, I have to say that it's not my favorite pen to write with. It is really big. It's not uncomfortable per se, but it's just not my favorite feeling grip. So yeah, that's the Eco. Let's see. Do I have anything? This is an M600. As you can see, even that is much smaller than the Jinhao. And yeah, it's just a big one. It's a big one. I I've written with this a little bit. It doesn't feel unbalanced at all. It feels actually quite balanced. I just don't enjoy how big this grip is. If you have giant monster hands, you'll be fine. If you like thick grips, you will also be fine. But yeah, it's not my favorite. Posting is possible, creates it like a back heavy feeling, but it's not awful. As you guys probably know, I'm not a poster, so I probably wouldn't do this, but it's definitely possible. Like, it's not awful. It's like a baseball bat now, but yeah, you can do that. Writing experience that I had wasn't my favorite. It, as you can see, has been end-capped for a long time. It starts up right away. I felt like the nib dragged a little bit. Now, I'm very sensitive to that. I actually recently inked this Pelican, and this paper makes it feel like this drags also. This is Cosmo Airlight, and it's particular to me. Like, sometimes it just feels draggy, so it might be that. Also, but this just feels a little dry. Also, for a medium nib, I would say it's on the fine side. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with this nib. It's like, this nib is fine. It's just not exciting. You know? It's not awful. It's also just not fun. It is also very stiff. It's a very stiff nib. This pen, it's not mine. I borrowed it. The owner, aka Brownie, is probably going to put a different nib in this, so I don't think he's going to be bothered by that. So yeah, it could be a receptacle for different nibs. It's probably number 6 nib. Number 6 or bigger. Maybe bigger. That's interesting. This is a Newton Pens pen. Yeah, it's not my favorite, but I don't hate it, but I also don't love it. Ink is Solferino by Rohrer and Klinger, and it is lovely and like a pink magenta color. Anyway, not my favorite offering by Jinhao, but I bet there's plenty of people who are gonna love this giant monstrosity of a pen. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. Hope you got some useful information out of this, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.